So, Dr. Hjälm, you chaired a special session on the Russian world yesterday at the conference. The Russian world in the context of the current war in Ukraine is almost a buzzword in the media at this point. What was sort of the scholarly look at this term? What is it that we need to know to better understand how this is functioning?
I think, first of all, we are trying to reveal the historical roots of the entire Orthodox situation. In the old days, Hellenic world, Russian world, Greek world, Romanian world, they all belong to the times of dinosaurs. Prior to human rights, prior to living in a multifaceted society and so on. And suddenly it appears now. Now, when it appears, it reveals what we have experienced in history. Using these concepts, developing these concepts, means war. And that's what we experience. And it has happened before in the world. Greece has experienced wars due to these constructions of worlds.
Sure.
We have to dismantle these kinds of constructions today, but we have to be honest. Russia is not the first country in the world that has created this kind of world. It's just that it's done now in the 21st century. But we have to be honest about ourselves. This is part of our legacy in Orthodoxy, the construction of empires.
Sure.
Still, the bishops have their imperial vestige, like the mitre, the robes of an emperor and so on. We are very much attached to empires. And this is the consequence of it. We have to dismantle this in our present world.
Was the response at the session, was there an understanding of this sort of love of empire? Was there surprise that it's so embedded in our history?
If you go back just a few years ago, it would be less attractable to criticize our own imperial structures. Today it's much more acceptable. We have to rethink our history and rethink the future of a history, and we have to reinterpret the present situation. We cannot continue with this imperial way of doing theology.
What are the ways in which the conversations at the conference can continue to be supported by IOTA in the future, these conversations that take a hard look at empire?
Think about mission. Should we give our imperial understanding of the world to other parts of the world? That's not moral anymore. We have to refrain from giving that part of our theology. And we have to restructure ourselves. We have to rethink in Orthodox tradition.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.